Nagasamidam, Shanti, peace to you, peace to me. Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Peter and today I want to say you are stronger than you think, so keep going. Stronger, you are stronger than you think, keep going. It was Robin Sharma who said you were given this life because you were strong enough to live it. So if you're suffering, if you feel suffering, everybody suffers. Buddha spent a lifetime trying to work out suffering. And if you look at the Buddha's story, he was born into a life where nothing, he wanted for nothing, he didn't suffer at all. Some people would say spoiled. And then when he went out for the first time on a cart and he saw this man suffering, he said, what's that all about? It was a completely alien situation to him. So he went in and looked at the suffering, and he went through all this asceticism where you're restricting the body of certain things like eating. Oh no, can't do that. Eating or things like that, and he started to suffer, and he realized that suffering is in everything. Suffering is in everything, but whether you allow it to consume you, that's where your strength comes from. My story is I had terrible trauma when I was younger. My mother and father died when I was very young, and really I thought many days came and went, and I thought, this is it, I can't do this anymore, this is too much for me. But something inside of me, a spark of life inside of me, said, no, keep going, keep going, keep going. It's not always going to be like that. You're not always going to be stuck in this situation. And I had the strength to pull myself out of it. And people go, whoa, you're really strong. You are too. You are really strong too. It's just finding that inner strength, finding it and saying, I am strong enough to persevere through this, and realizing this is just temporary. It's just a temporary thing that happens when you're suffering and struggling, and you realize when you go through these things that you're stronger than you think. I remember the band I was in, the band I was in when I was at school, and I was with the singer, and I was actually going through a bit of a breakdown at the time. My father was dying, I had nowhere to live, I couldn't speak to anybody, I was hiding myself through drinking and smoking pot. And he couldn't say to me, he didn't have the strength to say to me that to my face that he wanted to call an end to the band, he wanted to break ways, go our separate ways, because he felt like he could go further as a solo musician, but he didn't have the guts to say that to my face. So what he did, he invited me to a gig where he was singing as the lead singer in front of a group of session musicians for playing for a music management company. And my goodness me, that was one of the lowest points of my life. It was realizing that was supposedly my best friend who did that to me. Couldn't even say it, couldn't even speak to me to say that I wanted to move away from you and do this, and he did it in that manner, which was so underhanded and so sly that it really did break my heart. It really did hurt, and that to me was almost the end of everything for me. It was like, well, do I really want to persevere with music if your best friend can do that to you without actually batting an eyelid? I actually hear that he had a nervous breakdown as well. He didn't do anything with his music career either. He was just in the management side of it. But he did that, and it was the end of the world. I remember walking away from the venue, and of course I went to the off license, got some drink, drank myself stupid on the way home, and just tried to hide from it, not realizing that I was strong enough to go through that, and that was going to make me stronger. And what it did, it made me bounce back, and I went off to bass college and learned how to play the bass guitar through Robbie Burns, under the tutelage of Robbie Burns, who was an amazing session musician at the time, and he taught me so much stuff on the bass and really encouraged me to carry on, because he said, you've got a great talent for this, you should do this, you need to do this. And that gave me the strength. It was those slight words of encouragement to say, come on, you can do this, you can do this. And it made me strong enough to pull myself up from my bootstraps, get up and get out there and do it. And I made myself so proficient on the bass that really it wasn't a question of whether I could play in a band. It was a question whether my personality fitted in, and that was more difficult because of the cliques that you get in bands. That's more difficult to overcome, but it was my playing to get any audition in London. My personality is slightly more difficult because you need to be more in with the songwriter or whatever, and in some instances I was too independent and fiery to actually fit in, so there's a few auditions that I didn't get, or I was kind of half in, half out, and I think people pick up on that, and I didn't get some of the auditions that I tried to. But most of them are, yes, I sailed through it because of the strength of going through that really bitter experience, pushing myself up and rising out of the pond, the mucky pond, and becoming the lily, the beautiful lily that wakes up the whole pond and makes it look a lot better than this horrible stagnant pool that it was living in. So yes, you're stronger than you think. I was much stronger than I think, and then you can start to move your life away from all these traumatic experiences. You'll hit the bottom, but don't forget, it's only temporary. It's only temporary, and it's finding the passion that you want to do something passionately will help you drive you through these moments that you think you're not strong enough to live through, because you are. You've got to keep going, and it's all the successful people who say, don't give up, keep going, don't give up, keep going. Once you realize there's obstacles in the way, and most of those obstacles are you, let them go, and keep going, and you will finally get to the position that you want to be in, and you go, whoa, I am strong enough. And it's really, really worth the reward of all that struggle and hardship. Thank you for watching the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Sarang Hamida.